So we look inside of a client's Google Analytics account, or a Google Analytics account, period. This is what a client can see. And I want to focus, just for the purposes of this training today, on pixels and UTMs, on the ABCs of Google Analytics, and that's acquisitions, behaviors, conversions, the ABCs. And let's go right to the conversions. This is the most important part of the collecting of data, and for purposes of a client, a business that's running a website. The only reason that they're running that website is because they want revenue from that website. And the only reason that they run advertising is because they want the advertising to drive more revenue to their business. I mean, they're trying to grow their business. That's the only reason that they have a digital campaign. It's the only reason they're running advertising, right? So what we want to be able to do with UTMs and tag management system is to be able to drive the revenues, the actual value that's coming to the client's digital presence, and drive it back to the source. We want to be able to say Republic Media as the source, using AZ Central or Media Math or PPC or email or whatever the medium is, contributed this amount to the revenues for the client. And that's basically what UTM tracking and tag management system will do for us in combination. Use those two things together, we can then drive home the value that we're having for that client. That's a fantastic story. But let me give you just a little bit more depth here. In this particular client we're looking at here is Fine Patio Furniture, also known as All American Furniture, and we're looking at over the last 30 days in the campaign that we're looking at, and they've had 1,006 goal completions here, and those goals have added $49,980 in revenue to them. So, and it's a conversion rate of 21%. Now, we're not talking clicks, we're not talking impressions, we're not talking visits or bounce rates, right? We're talking actual revenue to the store. And there's the conversions and how those conversions are happening. But the other part of this, what we want to see is then where are these conversions actually coming from? So we're seeing that some people are they're saying, I'm going to the Scottsdale location, so we can see how many of them went to Scottsdale, how many went to Chandler, how many went to Glendale, Phoenix. Some of them looked at the customer reviews on the website. The customer reviews telling them that they like the furniture they're seeing, but they're not sure of the value of the furniture. So they're looking at these client reviews to see, is this really where I want to spend money? And then we can see then how much of the revenue actually came from each one of these activities, right? So the Phoenix location added $1,000 worth of revenue, whereas the Glendale location added $15,450 worth of revenue. So that's the way we can use that. Right. Scroll down here just a little further. And what I want to be able to do then is look at the multi-channels. And there's more than one channel involved in a conversion on a website. We can't just send everything through organic and have conversions. Nothing just goes through direct, nothing comes through pay, but all channels work together. And you'll see that there's 8 digital channels. So this client's only got 5 in their conversion. So they're missing 3 other channels that they're not even utilizing to drive revenue to their stores. But in this Venn diagram, what we can see then is how these channels are interacting and they're working together to cause conversions to the client, not one of them working alone. And we can even get to the point where we can drill down even more so to say 150 of the conversions actually took place because of multiple clicks from various locations online. About $7,500 worth of revenue actually came because the Fine Patio Furniture is advertising in more than one channel. They're cross-advertising. And so what we want to look at is then how is it that people are converting? What is the path that they're going through? And we can See, in this particular case, in organic, they had 26 conversions where someone had to click 2 times. They found them in organic search twice before they converted. Let me drop down here. We can see that they went to our organic search, and then they went directly to the site 3 times before they converted. Here we have just direct 3 times before they converted. So there's somebody that's probably seen a newspaper ad or a billboard or an offline ad and went directly to the site, but they had to go to the site 3 different occasions before they made the decision to convert. We'll go just a little bit further in here. We can see how paid search worked with direct twice and an organic search before that person converted. So you get the idea that it takes a web presence. You need to be everywhere online to maximize and or optimize your conversions. And go to the site direct 6 times. Here's one, a whole path where they go to the site 7 different times. Also found them in social before converting. And so you can see that it takes a lot of attribution time. And how do you allocate budget? And how do you allocate, where do I want to run an advertising campaign? Which source is going to be the best for me? And you can see, well, there's a lot of different sources, all the sources, but how do I know where to put the most money? And as a salesperson, then how do I go to the field to let the client know where the best place to put their money? That's where we're trying to get to with UTM and tag management systems, so we can answer that question. So let me give you a very fast example here of that. We'll compare 2 models, attribution models, and one of them is position-based model. It's based off of about 4 years worth of Republic media campaign information. That includes PPC campaigns, social campaigns, as well as AZ Central, Media Math, and other sources that we've used over the last 5 years. And let's say we want to compare that to the first interaction model that comes from this industry as prepared by Google. Think with Google. And we can then compare these 2 together and say, for those 5 channels, where should the client spend more money? Where should they be spending less money? Where do we need to run campaigns? And the way that we do that is we come all the way over to the right-hand side, and this is where we want to see. If you want to increase first interaction conversions, then you would see that we've got a red arrow here. We need to not spend as much money on direct. So they're spending too much money on branding campaigns, just basic traffic, come to my website type campaigns. They're spending way too much money on that, and they can take money from that campaign and instead put it into these green arrows. We got 2 green arrow campaigns here. One of them is paid search. They can spend more in paid search, and they can spend more in referral. AZ Central, USA Today, Media Math type campaigns, referrals. So we take money away from here, we take money away from the social network campaigns and add them to the campaigns where we can drive more first interaction. Now that's kind of a simplified way of looking at it, but it's the direction that we're heading. 2.5 years ago, we weren't anywhere close to even being able to analyze analytics for clients. And here we are 2.5 years later, getting really close to the point where we're driving better information, exact budget information to clients that no other publisher in the country, no other advertising agency in the country is providing to the clients. And we're doing it with data that the client can log into their own Google Analytics account and find it and verify it. Now that's exciting.